Welcome to Auntie Chats and Tarot. Welcome in. Let's get to this, Capricorns. Here's your message. Thank you to all of you who have supported this channel. I really appreciate it. Remember, not everything will resonate. Take what does. Leave the rest for someone else. Something wants to be seen already. Oh, quite a bit. Oh, a whole little novel here. Let's just take a peek. Three of Pentacles, the Hangman in the reverse. Two of Cups, Five of Cups in the reverse, Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Something that's taken a long time to get to you. I think this is romance. Yeah, you're looking at it differently. You've come out of an enlightened period regarding this topic in your life. Anything that hasn't worked out, you're just saying, hey, I'm picking up the pieces and I'm moving on. I'm not going to sit in this energy of, anything negative. But I feel like something, showing an immense amount of strength. The strength is here. The Ten of Pentacles is here. I feel like it's taken a long time to get to you, but this is actually probably some sort of, with the Ten of Pentacles here, the strength, the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, the Five of Cups in the reverse. I feel like automatically we're talking about some sort of relationship that's probably for many of you romantic in nature. It doesn't have to be, but certainly a big deal relationship. Two of Cups here. The Hangman, as I mentioned in the reverse, and the Three of Pentacles could lead to marriage. Yeah. Definitely pulling on your heartstrings. Very close connection. So yeah, something that matters here coming about. It's taken a long time to get to you, but part of this has been you also spending time alone with yourself, becoming enlightened in this area in your life and what you want and what you're not going to tolerate. Yeah. Big strength energy coming in to get exactly what you want. Like almost dizzying energy. Whoa. Is this really happening to me type vibe is the get here. That's what I'm getting. Okay, what else do we have for Capricorns right off the bat? King of Wands, this person is really dynamic. I feel like they came into your life in such a way. If they're not really dynamic, they just blew in one day and the whole situation was dynamic, okay? What else do we have for our Cappies? A lot of strength here. They may have a lot of strength. You have a lot of strength. Here's what you're thinking of them. Six of Pentacles. Yeah, they're very generous. They're very generous with you. This may be something new for you. Yeah, they have an awful lot to give. Ace of Swords in the reverse. What's that? Okay. So I think what you were dealing with before was people who were generous. Page of Wands out here now. People who were very generous with you before, but they wanted a certain something from you, okay? And maybe that was hidden for a while. Their truth wasn't forthcoming, okay? So they could have been very generous with you, but they wanted something from you. It wasn't just give to give. There was always a catch. And the way that they kind of hooked you or reeled you in had something to do with liking your interests, that you later learned was not something that they liked. It was more of a manipulative tactic, I see, is what you're used to. But I feel like this person comes in, they're very dynamic. I feel like this is a long time coming for you. They are starting to do the same thing, so where they're very, very giving, and so you're wondering, like, am I back here, back to square one with the same old type of dynamic? But I feel like, no, this is different. Seven of Pentacles comes out sideways, and the Hermit. So you're wondering, are they investing in me to invest in me because, they like the real me, or, this is authentic, genuine kindness? I feel like you're questioning that. You don't want to be in the dark anymore. Spirit's saying the signs, though. But the signs, I feel like you're saying, are very similar here, okay? Two of Wands, the Fool. Let's get to it. What is the advice? Let's get to it here. because I feel like you're on it, you're sharp, you're not going to go back to places that haven't worked. But I feel like you've got a good candidate here. So let's get further into this. This person is going to encourage you in the manner that you are now moving. And you're moving in an energy of, I will do the work to make sure that I'm not in past situations and to make sure my life is always moving forward. So I have the strength, again, the strength is big here. I have the strength to challenge myself, to get to the next level, to level up. I'm not going to sit where it's comfortable. In many aspects of your life, this person will encourage that in you. You are taking leaps now. So you're wondering if this is a good leap with this person. Yeah, I can see this. I can see where you're coming from. What are the strings? Yeah, that's the thing for you. A big part of this read, I'm getting it now. Crux of read. What are the strings? I don't want strings attached anymore with people. Like me genuinely or keep moving. Yeah. All right, I'm getting it. What else do we have here? Yeah, liberating yourself from a lot of toxicity, for sure. Tell us more about this person, this new person coming in. Looks similar to old people you've dealt with. Nine of Swords. Yeah, you're really worried about it. Your worry could make them worry. Yeah, your lack of confidence in this could make them also second guess. Not so much. That must be what you're thinking. Me second guessing, is it going to get contagious for them? I don't think so. I think they're strong. I think they're strong in their ideals and strong in the people that they choose that they don't often choose. They're not often choosing a person, in other words. Eight of Pentacles. They are very succinct, precise. They do not just choose randomly. If they have chosen you, it's been after a good deal of thought here. A long time coming, okay? You may have known this person for a long time. Now all of a sudden they do something. It's kind of out of the blue. Nine of Cups in the reverse. Whereas I think you're kind of coming from an energy of, I give up if it's not right. I don't care. If it just doesn't fit, I just don't care. I've gone through layers and layers and layers of self. That's helped you a lot to gain in a lot of strength. But you're not willing to go through layers and layers and layers of people to get to the core. You're expecting now people to do their own healing work or their own inner work. Not your job, not your responsibility. Yeah. I think that's a healthy take on it, and I feel like you feel that's the same. Seven of Cups in the reverse, this type of work on self and these types of attitudes have helped you to see clearly where you're going. And I feel like someone's trying to also go there too with you. But I see that you've done a lot of work on self. Yeah, 10 of Swords in the reverse, 9 of Cups in the reverse. Again, this energy of, I am recovering. I know what I want. I'm not going to do the work that is somebody else's responsibility, okay? I'm moving forward. I'll do the work for self. I'm responsible for self now, moving forward. But I'm not going to be babysitting somebody else or doing the work for them. Yeah. Tell us about this person, this new person. Queen of Cups. Very loving, very nurturing, very supportive, also very intuitive. I feel like they know exactly what they want. They could have a mole on their face, left side, cheek area. Very intuitive, this person. I see that they are very strong. They have done well for themselves. A large part of their life, they may have been on their own. This is new for you, being on your own, though, I feel like. Because you've had a lot of suitors, a lot of people interested. But again, there were always strings attached, which you're no longer doing. So Spirit's saying, yeah, this time alone has been good for you as well. Here you are, Empress. Yeah, the time alone has been great for you because you've tapped into what makes you successful all by yourself. You don't need strings. You don't need other people in that manner, okay? But you'll wait around for the right person. Yeah, I feel like totally comfortable waiting for the right Mr. Right, Mr. Mrs. Right, the right person. Five of Wands. Because you've been through some stuff, yeah. People wanting you to be a certain way and, dressing you up in such a way that you're this way for this person, this way for that. Those days are done for you. Has a lot to do with a lot of enlightenment and being by yourself to gain that enlightenment for yourself. 8 of Swords out here. Yeah, that being everything for everybody has really just let you see as you look back that you were holding yourself back. I keep asking about this person. I don't feel like we talk about this person. Why is that? Somebody who's a captain of something? Page of Cups. Because this is supposed to happen kind of surprising, maybe, serendipitously. They admire you. It's someone that admires you. Someone, you're kind of a siren for them, a calling to them. You beam them in. Something like that. Tell us about this person, Spirit. 4 of Swords. Someone who took a rest, had to take a rest. Maybe they pushed too hard, in their life, in their career, something like that. Or this is a new step for them, is to be engaged in something more romantic, intimate, emotional. Yeah, because I see that they're a little bit of a lone wolf. Judgment in the reverse. I feel like what you're wanting from a partner to see me, all of me, and still stick around is what is coming in. Because you are showing up no longer with strings attached and being what somebody else wants you to be. And there's a lot of mystery there surrounding you. Like, I feel swirling, strong energy, and it's mysterious. Some people find it kind of, your energy kind of mysterious or a little bit of a wild card. King of Cups. Here's your match, King and Queen of Cups. So I feel like, a very nurturing relationship. People who, have their emotions in check, have worked on themselves, emotionally stable, but able to give to one another. Able to in a healthy way, give to another. I feel like both of you are very willing to do that. Yeah, something about the tractor beam, like bringing this person right in or them with you. Them towards you. This is a wish, the star. Lots coming out and then very little coming out, but let's just roll with it. The star, the 10 of Wands in the reverse, the moon in the reverse. This is a big wish of yours. Or them, switch the roles. After a period of, dealing with situations that did not work out. But understanding the reasons why they didn't work out, okay? That's been a big key to your moving forward without regret, learning the lessons, okay? I feel like here with the World in the reverse, the Ace of Cups in the reverse, you know that there are no shortcuts to a love that's going to work, okay? You're no longer doing some sort of negotiating you did. I'm here for you for this purpose, but you're then, here for me for this purpose. Or maybe it was a one-sided negotiation, but you're no longer doing that. The Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, the Lovers in the reverse, because there was a lot of imbalance there and a lot of karma that you had to deal with there. Like maybe you grew up with kind of a negotiating family or something along those lines that you took with you into, the adult world and somehow thought it was okay or put up with it at least. These are things you are no longer putting up with. Maybe they come from a similar background too, because we keep asking about them. Six of Wands, success here. Six of Cups, not looking back. Don't place the past in the future. Yeah. And maybe that's something that you've gotten enlightened on too, is I'm no longer going to have these kind of negotiating experiences or relationships that I had growing up, or I saw, adults do when I was growing up, and it was very formative for me in that regard. I'm going to wake up to this, and this is not something I do. Sometimes we have to wake up to patterns because it's just innate. It's something that we saw and then we do it too. But you're waking up to what you don't want, seeing that pattern. You've done a lot of work on self. Whoa, lots of time spent on self. And it's now to a point of, and now I'm going to put it into practice, and now I'm going to put it to good use. I've invested so much in myself. I've gone to those dark places, dark night of the soul, written all over this message. And something concerning family. And I'm not going there. I don't want that for myself. I'm perfectly capable of being alone if the right person for me that I wish for doesn't come along. But they are. I feel like they are. Three of Wands, big ships coming in. Is one of your big ships to be with the right person? That card talks about big ships coming in. What can we say about this person, just succinctly? I see the dynamics here again. Not only do we have the King and Queen of Cups here, but now we've got the King and Queen of Wands. So I feel like you are two very dynamic people, but you also are very grounded in that you are capable of great love and affection and nurturing to one another, and great respect of a Two of Cups type of relationship, which would be very heartfelt and emotional, but remember, emotionally stable, and also very soulful, okay? The Tower. But you two can be a power couple for sure. I see just by the dynamic that you bring to the table. Both of you are extremely vivacious individuals. And maybe in past relationships, someone tried to tamp that down, and they've experienced that too. That can be very threatening. Both of you are like this, So I feel like that somehow is a good stream, a good flow for you all. So they're going to be very dynamic too if you're worried about something there. Maybe you've been with very exciting people and you're wondering if someone nurturing and supportive won't be as exciting as you have kind of enjoyed. But you've looked at that side too where it's problematic. I feel like this is a good blend. A good blend of both of you and your strengths. They're a good listener. They're good with their words. They'll be a good communicator to you. Where they are more earthy and grounded. I see you're that way too, but you can also be a little bit more frilly, so you'll add some frill to the kind of grounded sense, but then they'll also be, it's a good balance. They'll be more grounded when it's a good balance. Seven of Wands in the reverse. Don't misunderstand, they're grounded. They can be quite fun, and they can be super dynamic, especially in a group. They've dealt too, I feel like, with a lot of competitive people. I think you have as well. Your competitive has been different though, because people have been competitive and then they've wanted to battle that. And that's how they've had strings attached to you. Their competitive has been more outright competitive, maybe in a career. But both resulted in the same. You guys were both disappointed with people you were around. Yeah, because they weren't in your corner. They always wanted something from you, maybe from both of you. Quick, wanting something fast from you. Yeah, but you both have moved away from that, and you certainly have. Because it's been draining. Yeah. Both of you very intuitive. You know about your happiness now. Yeah. Wow. Okay. I'm liking this. I'm liking this. What you don't know about them. I feel is Nine of Wands, Eight of Cups in the reverse. What you don't know about them is that they will stay in situations. They have stayed in situations in the past that really took it out of them. But they don't show it. They don't show it outwardly physically, and they don't show it emotionally. And I think they were a fast learner. Remember how strong they are. We had very strong energy here. I'm not saying that you're not strong. I'm just saying we saw incredibly strong energy that I feel like was coming from them at the get-go of this message. And I feel like they learn quickly. They only have to learn a lesson once. And then it's a done deal. So, but it's a very prevalent still learning experience for them. Like they keep that fresh in their mind, never to go back to someone that just drains them or a situation that just drains them. Yeah. And with an Empress in the reverse, now this would be somebody who was highly emotional, overly emotional, okay? Emotionally manipulative. Appeared to be something they were not, okay? Appeared to be someone who was very independent and, completely capable on their own, and then they were very dependent and very manipulative. And this person learned this lesson one time. So that's interesting. Okay, let's go one more time with a second deck here. So they too know what they want and what they're never going to settle for. Seven of Swords, yeah. A lot of manipulations here with this person that they were with, and knowing it, High Priestess, or getting wise to it, knowing the signs, very intuitive also. I'm seeing your stories are starting to mirror each other now. Also becoming, after doing a lot of work on self, also becoming very attuned to what they do not want in a person, yeah. After a period of the moon here, maybe not seeing that. They're very clear on it now. Six of Pentacles. Yeah. Some sort of distribution that hasn't been fair. I don't feel like they had strings attached so much as like emotional, take care of me. Now it's your duty, or you signed on the dotted line somehow and now you're in it forever. And they're not. And, no one is. But some sort of manipulation like that they were involved in. And the Nine of Cups in the reverse. And I feel like they came to a period of, do I continue to be manipulated and just give up on finding the life that I want? And their answer with their super strong sense of character and self-confidence was, no, absolutely. I get rid of this and I live the life that I've wanted. Which I feel like they've done for many years by themselves. But we're not going to take BS from others, or be manipulated in such a way. Two of Wands in the reverse. Again, they too have had this type of conversation with self of, do I stay where it's comfortable? And there was manipulation going on that I feel like they saw clearly. But, social factors, all kinds of factors. Do I stay here where it's comfortable, or do I push myself and move out? And they push themselves, and you have too. So it's time for you guys to find each other. Thick skin. You both have become very thick-skinned with a rhino here. And that's a good thing. That's part of the strength that I'm seeing. Yeah, I feel like you're kind of molding into one here, actually. The two stories are so similar. They're molding into one. Wow. Do you know this person? I want to know if you know this person. There may have been some messages back and forth, or messages coming. Let's get more clear on that. Do you know this person? Like in the periphery of your life. Or are they brand new? Chaos and conflict. That tells me you may know this person, but you're thinking something different about them. Yeah, and we did talk about that a little bit, where you think they are somewhat similar to what you're used to, and you don't want to go down that road. New life, but this, very much is a read that's showing a new life type of energy, and to be fair, for justice to come in, for the balance. Yeah, the balance that you both need. 33, 39, 38. Out here that you both need. New life, I think. Balance, to be fair. Yeah, maybe you've had a little run-in with this person, or they seem too similar to what you swore off. And there was a misjudging going on there, or something. Maybe just too quickly thinking this was more of the same. One more clue to this person. Orphaned. They're going to have that similar energy that you have, but it's similar. It's not the same. Whereas you feel like, always strings. There's always strings with people. They're feeling like, I really had to abandon an old way of living in order to truly live. And have been by themselves for a while. I do feel like that. Waiting for their ship to come in. And remember, we talked about ships coming in. Yours as well. That's your message. I hope you've liked it. I hope it's been helpful, Capricorn. Until next time, let's remember who we are and let's remember our self-worth. Please do utilize the link for Buy Me a Coffee if you're so inclined. And until next time, we're remembering these things. And please do about our self-worth, so important. So important. Please do like, share, subscribe, comment. It does help the channel, it helps the channel to grow. And until next time, we'll see you.